Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Blue Whale, and welcome to a Why Did You Win? Today we have a replay from Fiddle Schnitzel, aka Tyrant Gaming. He's a guy who's been. I gave him a shout out in the last video, but I'll give him another one. He's been on the channel forever, like very early in season 5. I'm guessing he came from my first Ringard guide. I don't know, but this is one of my longtime most supportive fans. He sent in this replay, and it's actually a why did you win? He did win this game. It's not a why did you lose. So what we're really going to be focusing on is more of critiquing his mistakes, and I will explain to you guys why he won, but that's not really even though that's the title, obviously it's going to be more about seeing what he could have done better, even though he did win. So he is going to be playing Elise, and this is on patch 6.12. I'm not even updated to 6.13 yet. I know it's been out. Also, something I need to say, this is probably going to be the only video I release for about a week. I should be moving in this weekend, and moving takes a lot of time. I do still have my 2 jobs, and then after moving in, it's July 4th, and I have plans for July 4th. So with my plans, probably not going to be able to do anything on, sorry voice crack, but Monday's July 4th. I'll be busy. Tuesday's the next day. I'll be doing stuff, and then I got work again. I'm actually working on the 4th as well. But anyways, I'm just really busy. So probably the next day that I'll be working on videos is Wednesday. So that means you guys will probably see one Thursday or Friday. But we'll just see. So that just means this is gonna be the only one for a couple days. Anyways, he's playing Elise. He started with his W. That's what I do. That's perfectly fine. He got his Q. All that's good. His bot lane gave me a really big leash. As far as what lanes he should gank this game, so definitely mid lane. I want to see him just camping mid lane, honestly. I mean, you can go top a little bit, but they're probably both going to be tanks, the Echo and the Volibear, so no real need to gank tanks that much. And bot lane, while you want to get your Caitlyn fed, you don't really want to gank a Janna or a Lucian. They're both very mobile. Janna makes the lane very hard to gank. So when I see their team come, it just screams gank mid. Brand, that's usually why you see support brands, because Brand mid just screams gank him. Like, honestly, he needs a passive like Malzahar has now. They both used to be in the same boat where you saw one of those champions, you gank them. But anyways, he is playing actually versus a Kindred, and he does forego getting this mark. He's full life, and he has the red buff. The Kindred probably started at blue. We can see that she did just because of kind of map hacks, but you gotta assume the Kindred started at blue. Obviously, red's a better combat buff than blue, and you might just beat her to it and just be able to clear it before she gets it. But he goes and gets his blue. I know why he did that. Obviously, he was low on mana, but I would have rather seen him go straight for this. However, the Kindred doesn't even actually come to it, so that's really good. So he is going to be able to deny this. Big mistake. Okay, the Kindred tried to gank top first. Don't agree with that at all. But he is going to be able to deny this mark. That's good. Mid lane, Brand died, but Brand still has both of his summoners, so it's pretty much the exact same thing. You still need to gank Brand, but you might not get a kill on your first gank, but that's okay. I mean, if you gank Brand, then you get your Ahri fed, you get fed, and Brand gets behind. It's just going to win the game. He does need to go bot a little bit, because Caitlyn's almost their only physical damage, and he did make the mistake. Let's talk about this. I make this mistake all the time, so I can't really fault him for it, but watch. So he's coming around, and right here, before you show, you have to look at minions. You can't see their minions, but you can see yours. Now, if your minions are walking anywhere near this doorway, you will be seen on the other side by the other minions if you walk anywhere near this doorway, right? I mean, the map is flipped. You guys know the map is the exact same on both sides, it's just flipped. So, once you see your minions here, you would wait. The best thing to do would be to wait so that you don't get seen. He waits for a little bit, then he gets kind of impatient. He goes ahead and shows. I mean, it's okay, but it's a mistake, because you can see the enemy team does spot him immediately, and the Echo starts backing off. The Echo was playing a little bit aggressive, so it probably would have gone a little bit better if he had waited. The Kindred is still around, which really doesn't surprise me, since he did see the Kindred. One thing he could have done, as soon as this fight started, he could have placed a ward for Volibear to teleport to. It'd be a little bit better than Volibear walking. Or Volibear could teleport to one of his Spiderlings, but Volibear's probably not going to come. And honestly, this happened because of the minions. I am watching this live. I didn't watch this beforehand, so if there's something wrong with the quality, that's why. But anyways, yeah, he could have thrown down a ward and got his Volibear to insta teleport, but people aren't really going to do that solo queue. They might, but chances are they're not. Ideally, he just wouldn't have got seen by the minions by watching his own minions. Echo kind of harasses Volibear, not much is coming out of that, and he goes back to jungling. What I want to see him do now is kill Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, and Gromp, because he's only killed Krugs, he hasn't killed Raptors yet, they're still level 2. Actually, let's turn off, no, I went on blue, but I want to turn it off. No, oh god. Fog of War, there it is. Alright, look, these are 225, that's level 2 life. I know you guys, it sucks that we can't actually see its exact level, but 1300 and 1600, pretty sure those are all level 1 life. Those haven't been cleared yet. I mean, look, we can compare to this, 1450, it's a little bit more. Either way, I want to see him completely clear his whole side of the jungle. But what he looks like he's doing is going straight to that Kindred mark. Kindred just ganked Volibear. It's not possible for Kindred to come down to this Raptor that quick. And doing Raptors first is messing up your route. The only way this would be a good thing is if he does Raptors and then Krugs and then ganks bot. But I don't want to see him ganking bot. I want to see him ganking mid. So yeah, he goes to Raptors and now he's going to go up to Wolves and Gromp. While it's not like that's a terrible thing to do, we have talked about sweeps before, and I would rather have seen him go to Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, clear his whole jungle, and then honestly gank mid. He looks like he's kind of favoring top, which is what a lot of low level players do. Top is the easiest lane to gank, but it's not the best lane to gank most of the time. So usually it's worth going for the little bit harder lanes and actually getting your carries ahead and their carries behind than it is to go for the tank lane. Either way, up. I did not mean to rewind it, and we're going to speed it up a little bit because not much is happening right now except him farming. He comes for a gank top. It was warded by the Echo, but the Echo's out of mana. This should be a kill. Volibear didn't have to flash for that, but I mean, that's fine. And he does take the kill. That's fine too. Volibear's going to be a tank. Like, you want Volibear to get money, obviously, but probably a little bit better on him. His Ahri is going to die because Brand did flash ignite. Now, don't go for this Brand. It's not going to work if you try to turret dive this Brand. What I want to see him do, he doesn't need to be doing this either. Really, I mean, it's okay. It's not like a really bad thing, but it was pushing towards his Ahri. So he could have just left it and let his Ahri gobble up a bunch of CS. And then, if it was pushed and Brand doesn't have sums, he's going to be out of place, obviously, and you can punish that as Elise. So, not, you know, it's another one of those things. Like I've said before, when I spectate you guys' games, I'm going to pick out every little nitpicky thing, and it might seem like I'm being ridiculous, but that's just to help you guys improve as much as I can help you. Here, his bot lane dies. Caitlyn, they were pushed up without wards. Kindred comes and gets a good gank off. Looks like Braum's probably going to die too. His W is up, and you can do that to a minion, so he didn't have to flash there. But we're watching him, not the Braum, but still, Braum misplayed that. And he's going to die. This, even though a lot of them are low, yeah, you're not going to, he's simply not going to get a kill here. The Janna still has his flash, which he probably doesn't know if she does or not. And Janna is just so hard to gank on her own, and she's got Lucian and Kindred there, so it definitely wasn't going to work. That is a good thing that he left it alone and went to farming. As far as his build path, honestly, what I do on Elise is just Runic Echoes, Dead Man's Plate, Abyssal Scepter, and then Rylai's early in that too. So if he goes something along those lines, it'll be a good build. He gets marked, and the Raptors actually got marked, and he is going to clear that, so that's good. But he should do his red right here. He's going up to clear his blue, I guess. And also another thing, he went for what a lot of pro players do, building the tome before finishing your jungle item. I don't do that. The pro players do. So, I mean, take what you want from that. Maybe it's the best thing to do, but it just doesn't fit my playstyle. So I'm not going to say it's right or wrong, but I like to go ahead and finish my jungle item to make sure I have the good sustain. Because he came and prioritized his blue to get the mana, because he's not getting much from this, when he really should have done his red and ganked mid while mid's flash is down. He still has not ganked mid once, and it's the lane to gank. And then really he should be giving his Ahri his blue. Obviously he kind of needs blue because he's playing an AP jungler, but it'd just be better on Ahri. By the second one, ideally you'd be giving that to your mid. The Kindred tries to jump on the Ahri. They're going to kill her really easily. I like this. He should be chasing the Brand. He dodges the W. That's good. Keep going. Keep going. He's all on cooldown. There's no reason to run away. Keep... Oh, my God. And Ahri is... Okay, so that was really good. He played a little bit skittish there. And honestly, playing skittish there, all that's going to do is give Brand as opportunities to keep running away. I guess he thought Brand was about to stun him, but he didn't even have... I don't even think he had Brand's passive on him, so he's fine. His bot lane gets into a fight. I don't want him to... This isn't going to work. It's like the same thing last time. I mean, it looks kind of appealing, but look at this. Caitlyn almost just died to that Lightbringer. He does miss his stun. He jumps onto Janna. That's good, but Janna, of course, is Janna, so she's hard to kill. Ahri does follow up, though, so that's pretty good. Looks like they are going to be able to actually get a kill. Very good job on Ari's part. If he had coordinated with the Ahri to gank bot, like if that was something said beforehand, then he definitely did the right thing. But on his own, it was kind of risky. But Ahri comes, cleans it up. Very good. And now he's going back to farming. So now, okay, Kindred ganks bot. He should be back bot. He should just ditch the Krugs, but it's fine. I would probably finish the Krugs because I'm selfish like that, but that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. But anyways, look at the score right now. It's 4-1 Ahri, and 0-2 Brand, and it's Brand. I just want to see you get this Brand to like 0-10. It's really easy. Win. It's really easy to win like that because 1, you're going to tilt Brand out of your mind, out of his mind. 2, Ahri's going to be super fed. 3, you're going to be super fed. And then you just have like a 5v4 against teammates that are probably raging at the Brand, even though there's nothing he could do except pick a better champion. So that's what I want to see. You guys, if you've never seen someone do that, look back at my not like this video. Pretty sure it was a Why Did I Win where I jungled as Nautilus and I completely dicked on a Yasuo mid. Same principle. Yasuo doesn't have any escapes, and I just spam ganked that guy. Pretty easy way to win. He is going to get the Brand here, and he jukes the Kindred hit. He is going to die there, though. Yeah, he should have stayed in his E as long as he could, and then wait, and then just come down and Q at the last second to try and really execute the Kindred. What he did is he came down and Q'd instantly. It's okay, but he may have been able to live if he had just prolonged that as much as he could, let his team take some damage for him, and then come in with that stronger execute. Probably would have gone a little bit better. Now what I want to see, other than ganking Brand, there's really not that much he has to do. He could go top again because Volibear is pretty ahead and Echo's a little behind. And when lanes are like that, it's usually free kills. And if you can get a free kill, even if it's on a tank, it's good to do it every now and then. He should have been getting this dragon a long time ago. Elise can pretty much solo most of the dragons. And if not, all he has to do is gank mid, then go to dragon with his Ahri, and then they're going to get it. So, a little bit more focus on mid and objectives. I'd like to see that. Right now, this is marked by Kindred, so I'd run straight to it. I wouldn't be doing these Raptors. Kindred's up there. She clears a ward. Okay, she did actually clear it, so going up there would have been a waste, but maybe, I don't know how long that was there. If he had gone straight there instead of done red, maybe. I don't know. It's not that big a deal, but the Kindred is 5-2 now, so you really want to deny as many of those marks as you can, because Kindred is still very good. So let's see what he does. He comes up top, misses his stun on the Kindred. That's understandable. It's not his fault. That's just Kindred being a mobile champion. But here, I would have rather seen him chase down the Echo than the Kindred, because Kindred probably has her ult, and Ahri... Oh, Kindred does not have her ult, but Ahri was already flanking. I feel like Echo's probably going to get away here, and they are going to kill the Kindred, but she does. And then Echo flashed out, eat over the wall, and he's going to get out. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I say this is because Ahri was coming up for the Kindred. Either Ahri or him should have been on the Echo. A little bit of miscommunication and solo queue stuff, but it happens. You know, it's not that big a deal. I do like his build here. He's going for boots and mobility, which I do recommend. He's probably going to be going the really offensive Elise build, if you guys have seen that. He mentioned it a little bit. I know Nightblue made a video about it, and I know it's like a thing in Korea. I don't like that build. I already told you guys what kind of build I prefer, but I think that's what he's going to do this game. I don't know. The reason I don't like that build, while Elise does a lot of damage if you build full damage, and good pick on the Echo and good usage of his E to dodge the Brand. Now, what I was saying is, while it's good to... While Elise does a lot of damage, that build offers little to no room for error. That's why really high level players and really high Korean players and Nightblue are doing it. Nightblue, of course, not doing it on his main account. Mind you, he's doing it on one of the Smurfs that he streams on. That's why they're doing it, because they're really good. and in some cases they're even playing versus players that are worse than them, and that way they can get away with doing builds like that. But if you are struggling to win games, don't think that switching to this Elise high damage build is going to like win you your games, because if you do something wrong, you are going to die, period. And when you're dead, you're really not doing much to win. So that's why I don't like it. I wouldn't do it on Elise, even though I'm pretty comfortable with my Elise. I just don't see a reason to risk that when Elise is a good champion when you build Bruiser anyways. You still do good damage, you have a lot more room for error, and you do your job, which is just simply to pick people out and kill them in team fights late. Here, Volibear is kind of out of place, but Ari and our friend Elise follow up. He almost gets the brand. I don't agree with that because there's a Kindred and a Lucian running around. Well, the Kindred's dead. Okay, there's a Lucian running around who's doing a lot better than the brand. So I would prefer to focus down the Lucian in these fights. Echo's actually here, and he manages to dodge some of the damage. He goes back in. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. They are going to get the Janna. That's good. And here he's playing this fine. Yeah, you don't have to really be scared. I would probably leave now, but he played that well. You know, you didn't have to be overly scared of what the enemies had right then. I would have liked it if his team had just ran and did the dragon, actually, when they got the Janna. That probably would have been the best time. But they obviously don't have that much focus on the dragon. I still think Stone Dragon's pretty much the best dragon. Infernal, obviously, is a lot more... I don't know, it's better, it's good in more situations than Stone Dragon, I should say. So when Stone Dragon is good, it's the best, but Infernal will have a lot more usage, so maybe Infernal's better. Either way, you definitely do want to get this dragon. You definitely don't want your enemies to get this dragon. So I would be putting a lot more pressure on it. If I was him, I probably would have recalled, went and bought, and then went straight back to the dragon, because you don't want to let the enemy team get this dragon. But he's doing a full sweep of his jungle, which isn't bad. But right now, you need to recall. I don't know where he's going. I guess he's going to go gank Echo. Maybe. Okay, he's going to kill this. Maybe he needs a little bit more gold. Let's see what he's got. Okay, now, I mean, he can't afford anything with 850 gold. Nothing he wants. Maybe a Giant's Belt if he's building Rylai's, but you could already afford that. So he's just farming a ton, which is okay, but look. Your team's pretty much getting in a team fight over this important dragon. He does manage to kill the Kindred himself because the Kindred ult wasn't up. So that's all nice and dandy. But, I don't know. Just me being a jungle main, I would be pressuring this dragon a lot more. But, either way, his team does kill the Lucian, and they should be able to... His teammates should be able to do it. Doesn't look like they are going to do it. They're going to push mid. That's fine, too. In the short term, mid is going to give you more gold, and it's going to be more useful. In the long term, that Stone Dragon would have came in more handy. But either way, his team's really far ahead. He's really far ahead. He's 5-2 and 5. Things are going fine. Right now, he does finally make the dragon call, but his whole team's backing. So what I would do is smite these wolves. Let's see. He's searching for wards right now, I guess, because he has the raptor buff. That's fine. But I would smite the wolves, because if you're in the enemy jungle, you should probably smite the wolves. He comes to clear a pink ward on the dragon. That's fine. And he's going to kill this for vision. I mean, that's also fine. But he doesn't have that much vision on the map. That's also another thing. He went for the blue smite and the red trinket combo. Can't really do that. I mean, you can. But what I would do, if you really want to get blue smite, just keep the yellow trinket and smite your raptors a lot. Or you can go green smite, then get the red trinket. Then not have really any problems other than your smite doesn't do damage. So that's what I'd recommend. It's okay either way. And I mean, he's certainly having a pretty good game, but like I said, we're going to critique everything. But anyways, what his team needs to do to win, it's not that hard. They have an 8-1 Ari. That about sums it up. That's what they need to do to win. Ari and Elise are actually pretty good combos, because once Elise gets that really long stun, Ari can easily clean up a kill there. Since he is going more of a damage Elise, they're really going to just blow people up every time he gets a stun off. So they could group bot right now. If they're just looking for a lane to group instead of going for mid, they could go bot and get that, get Volibear top. Baron's not even up yet, and there's an easier turret to take bot than mid. This turret's actually pretty hard anyways, but there's also a inner in bot, so you know, outer bot. Sorry. Anyways, it looks like they're gonna dive here. That's fine. This will definitely work if he hits a stun, which he does. So Janna's dead. Good job on the combo on his part. But Echo is there. Jump to the Lucian. Should jump to Lucian. He ends up jumping to the Echo. He's probably gonna die here. Yeah, he's gonna die to the Kindred. That's fine. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. The only reason I said jump to the Lucian is because Ahri was coming up to tank the turret for him. And they probably would have killed the Lucian with the Ahri there. But either way, it looks like Ahri's cleaning house pretty well. Ahri's definitely popping off this game. Our friend Tyrant Gaming, aka Fiddle Schnitzel, is doing great. Don't get me wrong. He did well, and he let Ahri get ahead. But there's no denying Ahri's carrying this one. So, what else? I'm just going to go ahead and speed it up. This game looks like it's a very long one. If I was the enemy team, I'd probably be surrendering right about now. But we'll see what happens. We'll see why it takes so long. He goes back for his Wolves. And his Gromp. And he wants to gank the Echo. I don't agree with that. Echo is super tanky at this point. And you don't have vision of the whole enemy team. I would just go bot, man. Just your Volibear does not actually have teleport, so I would bring Volibear with me, honestly, and just go bot. You can get this turret easier. You don't really want to be playing around with the double tanks, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The enemy team's probably not gonna Baron at 20 minutes even. I mean, I guess they might, so you get some vision on that, but you know, I'd probably go bot. But anyways, he looking to go for the red. He catches the brand out of place. That's good. He comes up to follow up with an try to killing the Echo. I still don't. Just don't gank Echo, man. Like, I mean, like no, but it's just a double tank lane, and there's no real reason to gank a double tank lane. Like, even if they had killed Echo there, look what his team's doing mid in the meantime. This is what you should be trying to do: taking turrets, pushing down their lane, winning the game. You know, like, who cares if you can kill the Echo? Also, is Caitlyn's alone? I don't like that. Kindred, well, Kindred's dead, so I guess right now it's okay. But Kindred or Lucian, I almost said Lucio from Overwatch. Kindred or Lucian can probably 1v1 the Caitlyn, so I wouldn't leave her alone. Echo definitely could. If he has his ult up, he would definitely be able to beat the Caitlyn. She's doing fine, but she's certainly not, like, ahead. So I'd group with her and just use her pushing power to push lanes. Make sure you have vision on Baron. Yeah, we already said that. Not a whole lot. We're going to go ahead and speed it up. He's going to go for a little sweep of his jungle. That's okay, but his team gets caught in the meantime. That's not really his fault. The only reason you could kind of throw blame on him is because, like I was saying, he should have been grouped with Caitlyn. They are going to kill the Echo, and he does jump to make sure the brand ult doesn't bounce a lot. That's good. He's going to die here, but he does manage to trade for the Kindred. And Volibear's here. They get a flash from the brand. In the meantime, Ahri went down, but I guess she took Echo with her. Lucian comes up. He's got heal. Lucian did a really bad heal, but I guess it saved Janna or something. Volibear runs the most predictable way to make sure he gets hit by the brand stun. He's going to die, and the only reason it's not an ace is because Braum actually respawned from dying earlier. So, pretty messy fight there, and pretty messy decision making. It's just his whole team was willing to push, and he wasn't there. And in those scenarios, you can blame that on him, or you can blame that on his team. His team was overextended without him, or he wasn't grouping with his team. You know, it's a seesaw. It works both ways. But just like I've said before, and I'll definitely say again, League is a game where you have to accommodate your teammates when they do silly things. So most of the time, that just means sucking in your pride and grouping with them and letting them control the flow of the game, which sucks, but you can't do much about it unless if you play with friends. So they're chasing a Janna for years. Don't agree with that. They get the Echo ult for a Braum ult. Brand comes up. Use your E on the minions. Yeah, good job. He gets away from that. They are going to kill the Echo here. He needs to go on the Kindred. While if Brand ults, he'll do a lot of damage. Other than that, Brand's pretty much a non-factor. So I do like that they focus the other ones before Brand. They are going to take this turret. I would like to see them do Baron right now. They are going to keep pushing because that's just kind of like I guess, the first response. But you just killed Kindred and Echo. Brand's a non-factor. So all you'd have to worry about is Lucian. You had all 5 of your teammates there. And some of your ults are down. Some of your team fight ults, like Brahm's ult. So really, you don't... I mean, it works both ways. But it was a very good time to Baron. And they definitely could have done it. So that's probably what I would have tried to shot call. But either way, they are going to get some turrets top. No, I'm not saying that this push is bad. I'm just saying it might not have been the optimal thing to do. But either way, they are going to get the turret. They're probably not going to be able to get this inhib. Caitlyn is going to stay way too long. And she actually shot off her E but didn't move. So she got stunned. Braum went in to save Caitlyn. So he died. And then Ahri isn't going to die. Elise, our friend, died because it was just, they just stayed too long. So that's fine. The only bad thing about this, well, they do kill the Kindred because the Kindred's very dumb. So that's pretty good. And wow, the whole enemy team is pretty silly. Why isn't Lucian? Oh, Lucian's dead. Oh, well, why wasn't Echo with these guys? I don't know. Bad idea, split up by the enemy team. This Ahri's playing really well. I don't remember what rank Tyrian game or Fiddle Schnitzel is. I feel like this Ahri's out of her rank. This might be a Smurf, or maybe she's like a 2-trick pony. I mean, it says the Lux main, so maybe when not Lux, only Ahri. Either way, the Ahri's playing exceptionally well. Volibear just needs to just turn around, man. Don't chase them, dude. It's not gonna work. What? Like, what? Where are you going? Either way, the only bad thing about that's what I was gonna say. The only bad thing about this push is inhibitors regen life, as you can see down here. So while they did get the inhibitor to half health, it's probably gonna be full life before they ever get another push up there. So might have been better to go for that Baron and then get one push with your team and actually secure the inhibitor, instead of getting almost all of it. I mean, they did take 2 turrets, this one, and hit the inhibitor a little bit, so I can't say it's a bad thing. But once again, I think Baron was the play there. Either way, now top inhib's down and Baron's still up, so they definitely either need to be mid or top. I probably wouldn't go back top. I mean, obviously top's an open inhib, and I guess they might win a team fight. Brahm's ult's back up, so yeah, you could go top. That's fine. Going mid also makes sense, simply because it's just close to Baron and top. You definitely don't want to go bot, and you definitely just want your team to be as 5. So he goes back to get. I have not been paying attention. I know he went Runic Echoes, Mobos, Rylai's, and then I guess he went Abyssal Void. Once again, it's the really high damage build. It's okay. I don't really like it, but if he enjoys using it and he's had success with it, I guess he can keep using it. Either way, this team's looking for a pick here. I don't agree with that, simply because this is really reliant on the... I mean, while the enemy team's probably going to do something stupid and get caught, you could also just make the enemy team fight you in a lane and then win the fight because all of your ults are up and you're super fed. So you don't necessarily have to go for a pick here. The Ahri is going to finish off the Echo. The Braum does a really good flash stun and exhaust on the Kindred to make sure Ahri lives. Meanwhile, our friend, I don't know if he was in that fight the whole time. Either way, he comes in. They are going to finish off the Brand. Now's another time to do Baron. But they are going to push mid, I guess. I don't know. Brand's dead and Echo are dead. Echo is dead. Sorry, Brand and Echo are dead. The Kindred ult's not up. They wouldn't really have a great way to like now. Go do Baron. This team's gonna push up though. I mean, and if this is like him wanting to do Baron and his team won't do it, it's fine. It's not like I'm really trying to blame him, but I'm just saying that would be the ideal thing to do. Either way, the enemy team gets out of place so much that they are going to get the turret, they are going to get the inhib, they are going to get this inhib, probably. I don't know, I mean, anything could happen, but probably going to get this inhib as well. And then, please, dear God, let's see a Baron and all 5 bot, and then you win the game. So we'll see if that's what he does. As far as our friend, he had bad pressure this map and really high farming tendencies. I mean, luckily he pressured enough to where it won, but this is risky, but I guess they're gonna get away with it. But either way, he didn't gank mid at all. It was pretty much already getting fed by following him to other lanes and then crushing mid, which is, I mean, it's good and it worked, but Would have seen more pressure on the mid lane. Would have seen more focus on your objectives. He was really farm focused, which I understand. It's because his full damage build is really expensive and he wanted to get those items. But I mean, just makes more sense to me. Focus on objectives. That's what I would do. His build, it's fine. We've already talked about it a little bit, but the only thing I want to say is, why did he build a Negatron cloak here? I mean, maybe he built it. No, I don't know why he would build the Negatron cloak. He already has Abyssal, and the enemy APs are not their damage. It's AD. Either way, he's going to be fine because his team is 12 kills ahead. I mean, this is pretty much his stomp, and there's not that much that he has to do really correctly. But in this scenario, build an armor item. You could build Zonias, you could build GA, you could build Deadman's Plate. I mean, I know Deadman's Plate doesn't really fit with this build, but I also don't know what he's doing with the Negatron unless if he's going like Banshees or something. He is calling for the push a bot, which is what his team needs to do. He's kind of hesitating and almost going to his teammates, which is, you know, he's accommodating for his team. But in this case, you have Baron, so you alone can push. And as long as your team isn't like in their base fighting, you don't have to be there. So I do like that he went ahead and came all the way bot. His team gets into a little fight with Echo. Hopefully they'll leave this be. The Ahri's going to die since she didn't. She should have Zonias before the brand stunned her. Obviously she doesn't have that good of a reaction, but it's fine. I mean, I probably wouldn't have those reactions either. They are going to finish off the brand. Braum luckily saved the Ahri with one of his shields. She hits a charm on the Janna. Janna's going to die. Echo probably is going to jump on her. Yep, Echo's going to pop her. I don't see Echo dying too easily here, simply because he's only getting chased by a support and a Volibear. So yeah, he's probably going to get out. In the meantime, our friend is, I guess he was trying to kill Lucian back here. Probably would have been better to just push a little bit quicker with Caitlyn. Either way, Braum's here, so it looks like Caitlyn's going to be fine. Caitlyn's finally hit her items to where she's pretty much good on her own. Volibear comes back. Echo's up, but this, I would imagine this is the end of the game, but you can also see that the game lasts for like 2 more minutes. So something happens here. They do get a turret. Volibear gets shredded, and the Caitlyn's obviously going to die. Very good positioning and very good kiting by the Caitlyn, but there's only so much you can do at that point. So would have been a little bit better if he had pushed with his Caitlyn. Overall, I mean, obviously he won the game, and it was kind of a stomp. This isn't the ideal game that I would spectate for a why did you win. It would be more like a, you know, like if a game seemed like you weren't going to win it and then you did something right, or, I don't know. If you, yeah, just like, I mean, this is just a stomp. The main reason that he won this game because Ahri played extremely well and killed all the enemies multiple times each. Like, he certainly did some things right, but it's not like he did anything so exceptionally well early game that it put him in this situation. I mean, the Ahri capitalized with him, and they had good synergy, and that got the Ahri ahead, and then he started to win. It would have been a little bit better if he ganked mid more. Would have been a little bit better if he had focused more dragons. But either way, he played... Sorry about that, clunk. He played fine, and his team played fine, other than Ahri, who played really well, so they won. And that's really all that you need to win solo queue games. You need everyone playing fine and one person playing exceptionally well. He did good. I'm not saying that he played bad. That's not what fine means. But I'm also not saying that he played absurdly well and carried. You know, it's just kind of a average game. And this isn't actually the first game he wanted to send into me. I think in his other game, he did a lot better, and he was more looking for any mistakes in that one. But of course, we did lose that game because of how you can't watch games on all the patches with League, and I was too busy to actually watch it. But anyways, I mentioned all that in my last video, the Graves live. His teammates get in a fight. They stun down the Echo. I don't really agree with that focus, but I think they're going to win the fight either way because none of the enemy team has hit this Ahri yet. Ahri's popping off. She's going in. Volibear's going to die. Braum is dead. Really good dying order by his team. I've said this before, supports usually want to die first or second to their tank and his carries, and he stayed alive. So either way, that was great. The enemy team's going to pop his GA, but either way, he was going to spawn. Caitlyn is going to finish off, and that's going to be the game. So overall, this performance, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. He played well, but he's not the reason the sole reason that his team won. So it's not like I'm going to give him an absurdly high one like 8, 9, or 10. He played well. Little bit. The main thing, which I did say this already, is he was more gold focused than objective focused. And really you don't, I don't know, it's just kind of that scenario where you don't win league by necessarily getting to 6 items, you win league by destroying the nexus. But either way, he played well. The items are definitely going to help him. Overall, it was a good performance. I'm just being a little bit critical. So either way, really good game. Really big shout out to him again. He's been a fan forever. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and Twitch, actually, because we will be streaming. I'll probably start streaming by the time I start working on videos again, so maybe like in a week. So make sure you follow me on there. Probably be a Twitch link down below. There's always a Twitter link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.